roasting facility for the farmers. Because at the moment, we roast it here, in Quezon City. But for the harvesting, the whole process, I think the farmers are doing well with the traditional way of processing their coffee. I think it makes the coffee even more unique, and it's maintained organic. And so we wouldn't want to touch that. But we want to help the families more in terms of giving education for their children or whatever they need for school. And the roasting facility would really help because it would add employment for the farmers also, because the ones who will be operating the facility will be members of coffee aid farmers. And let's say also the supply chain will somehow be more effective, because right now coffee comes from Benguet and it's processed in Benguet, it's roasted here, and then it's transported back to Baguio for selling, because that's where our shop is. So it will really streamline the supply chain. So that's what we're eyeing. We're working on funding that also for the community. It's a really long process. But I wanted to ask, why Atok? Because Atok has the most number of coffee farmers, and if you see geographically, the whole Halsema Highway in the Cordillera is planted with coffee trees. More and more farmers are going back to coffee farming, but in Atok, they've been doing that ever since. They didn't convert, or they didn't stop. It's a whole community, especially in Lower and Upper Sayet. The farmers there are really, really active. And we realized that we just had a coffee congress in Benguet last year, December 2009, and most members of the congregation were from Atok. So majority of the coffee in Benguet are growing in Atok. And other places also in Kibungan, but we're focusing on Atok because it's the least helped community before. Kibungan is already being sponsored by another coffee company, and they're also promoting organic Benguet coffee. So we tapped Atok because no one is helping them, and they had problems with their coffee cooperative before. We wanted to tap that area, which had really a lot of potential in terms of coffee. Alright, so aside from Atok, at other areas. So what are the other areas? We plan to tap other areas of the Cordillera as well, of Ifugao, Sagada, in the Mountain Province, Kalinga. But in Benguet per se, we also have members in Belize, in Bocod, even in Natividad, and yes. So most members of the Coffee Aid NGO are from Atok, but we also have other farmers in different areas. But the major concentration is Atok. Alright, okay. So I wanted to ask you, sir, so you started in Atok with Coffee Aid. Initially, did all the farmers join or cooperate, or you started a few and then they just encouraged others to join? Yeah, we only started with about 50 farmers, I guess, before. We sought the help of DA CAR, Department of Agriculture in CAR, which was also linked with Benguet State University School of Agriculture. And they had us introduced to a group of farmers in Benguet, in Atok. And And yeah, we only had initially 50 farmers, but from their experience, this number grew to about 250 now. Yeah, because they were sharing all the things that they experienced, like the training and the help that they were getting in terms of the fair price they were getting for their quality coffee. And also, there's a fair market already because we always have the shop to supply coffee. And there's actually a big demand for coffee, and the nationwide, and the whole Philippines is actually short of coffee. Now we have to import, and it's a sad thing. But we want to reverse that situation by encouraging more and more coffee farmers, not just in Benguet, but all over the country, in Cavite, in Batangas, in Cotabato, in Bukidnon, to continue or go back to coffee farming and even plant more coffee, because our coffee production really declined throughout the years. One major reason is the price started to decline, and they didn't see the point in planting coffee. It's so hard, and yet the profit is so low. So, yeah.
So, Lisa, are there any plans of exporting? Because, we have the best beans.
Yes, it's always been the goal. But then, as I mentioned earlier, we have a deficiency in supply. So we have to at first make people realize we should promote our own coffee, and we should support our own coffee. Like, if we can, we should go to local coffee shops and buy local coffee, because this services this boosts the market, the local coffee industry. So yeah, that's one of our advocacy also. It's promoting our own, supporting our own, and strengthening the local industry, which is relatively young.
Wow. Okay. So what are your future plans for Coffee Aid or Cody Coffee in 2010 onwards? Like, are you going to see a Coffee Aid empire in the north, or?
Well, we're dreaming of Arabica country. We're dreaming of a place where, a lot of coffee trees are planted. And actually, in the light of the recent events at Asmar, made people realize we should plant more coffee trees, because coffee not only is a rainforest, not only becomes a watershed, but it's also profitable, because it's also a source of livelihood for the community. So there are benefits in planting coffee also, and the area there is very suitable, perfect for planting the best coffee. Coffee connoisseurs even refer to it as comparable to the Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee, Cordillera Arabica. Our coffee, that's not just our brand, but coffee per se that's grown in the mountains of the Philippines, can be compared. It's on a par with the best in the world. So a lot of people don't realize that. We buy Starbucks. We mentioned Starbucks is so expensive. How much? 90 pesos, not even 110. And it only costs them 1 peso for a cup of coffee. And the profit, it doesn't go to the farmers, because they're so big. They can get it at a very low price. So the unfair trade. So that's one of our advocacies, to empower the farmers by promoting their coffee. So we're planning to be more aggressive in promoting local coffee, encouraging more Filipinos to support their own, and to enhance our volunteer programs, and so we can accommodate more and more volunteers, because there are a lot of interested